진짜 Made in China No Made in Korea
赛事方给我安排的下个对手是中国拳手杨卓，我非常的开心，因为又可以暴打中国人了。这次我一定会亲手勒断他的脖子，让他看不到以后的太阳。如此嚣张的人就是韩国冠军杨景浩。他恐怕连做梦都想不到会被自己看不起的中国拳手追着暴打，然后勒断脖梗，口一喷血，最后被紧急送医抢救。下如此狠手的人就是中国拳手炸药杨卓，来自我国辽宁大连，综合格斗战绩6战全胜，不仅地面缠斗经验丰富，战力对拼实力更加强悍，击败了国内外一众高手，坦克邱建良和小胖魏宁辉都败在他的手里，还获得香港武林传奇3冠军，2015年 WLF 世界功夫王者67公斤冠军金腰带，2017年昆仑决 KLF 66公斤世界冠军金腰带等。面对嚣张的棒子，杨卓并没有心慈手软，给了他一个终身难忘的回忆。好了，废话不多说，为了让更多的人看到杨卓的勇猛，请大家长按点赞。比赛正式开始，红色拳套是韩国拳手杨景浩，蓝色拳套是中国拳手杨卓。棒子丝毫不把杨卓放在眼里，并没有和他试探，直接就是紧逼上前攻击。杨卓并没有和他硬拼，一边后退一边和他换拳。
Yang told me in the first round he wants to open up with punches. It makes it to the second round, then he'll start using his legs. Oh, to the ground it goes. Young is doing well to keep... Yang is doing well to keep Young's arms occupied. He's getting the best of this bottom position now.
Put your arm out of there, Kenny.
Hong Kong fighter getting a couple of knees in.
Big knees from Young, but are they doing any damage? Hitting the butt.
There's some more tactical punches into the ribs, into the head. Making the most here of his time on top, Kenny.
I wonder now, is Young gonna burn himself out with all this heavy action?
The crowd really give
棒子把他拖入地面，身处下位的杨卓并没有闲着，而是一只手抱着棒子的头，一只手对着他疯狂的砸击。裁判眼看两人要掉出擂台外，上前让两人回到擂台中间。
For Kenny Young tonight, they're from the Team Nemesis gym in Melbourne, the gym that Dennis has just started to train. Would love to open his own gym here in Hong Kong in the future though, Kenny.
Relentless ground and pound here from Kenny.
Really has had a determined look on his face the last few days. A real shock that last fight on Legend 2, wasn't it?
Definitely. Surprise to everybody, even Justin Lee, I'm sure.
No, bit of danger here for the Hong Kong fighter. As Young works his legs.
Oh, Kenny slides on that triangle.
Nice slip there from Kenny. Kenny certainly looks a lot bigger than Yang, doesn't he? Using that advantage.
He looks to be tiring out too.
Going hard, halfway through the first round already. Really showing their affiliation here with Kenny Young and the white tights. All right, got an explanation from Yang for this. Kenny.
Yang had a Kimura, but he let it go. I think really Kenny is just so much stronger than he is.
Crowd really loving this performance so far.
And Young's back up on his feet. Vaughn Anderson weight cut. I'm worried that he's going to gas himself out.
Yang certainly doesn't seem to be in any trouble from his time under.
站立对拼中，棒子被杨卓连续的重拳打到，不敢和杨卓站立对拼的他，直接一记下前想要把杨卓再次拖入地面。杨卓早有准备，棒子并没有成功，只能紧紧地抱着杨卓的腿。
Into the last 30 seconds of round. These fighters from China so tough and determined.
Definitely.
All from the north of China. Go to Beijing and train with the top team.
比赛进入第二回合，棒子率先出击，却遭到了杨卓的疯狂还击。为了缓解他的攻击，韩国棒子再次搂抱杨卓。
A couple of kicks there from the Chinese fighter. He really does look a little bit.
双方在搂抱中，杨卓把棒子摔倒在地，把他按压在身下，然后对着棒子的头就是疯狂的砸击。
Crucifix. Kenny's really got to scramble to get out of this or it'll be over.
Elbows there to the jaw of Young. but he certainly is determined.
Now there's blood coming out. Blood on the face of Kenny Young.
Yeah, we're going
裁判暂停比赛。此时的棒子脸上被打得鲜血直流，紧急处理伤口。
the Chinese fighter back into his corner.
Let's look at these replays.
So Kenny really coming out at the start of the second round, looking as though he'd run out of gas already.
See here, there's an omoplata. There's an omoplata available for Yang, but it's, jiu-jitsu's not his background, it's not his forte.
And then we saw some
Unable to capitalize.
really good work from Yang coming up. Really hit Kenny hard with a couple of legs. And this is the high kicking that you're talking about.
Watch, here comes his bam.
Oh, that's
right in the
the one that
chops.
knocks the stuffing out of Kenny Young. So the doctor's given Kenny Young the green light to go ahead here, and he's had a rest. The slight gash there on the upper lip of Kenny Young. Won't be more than a couple of stitches, probably post-fight. So allowed to go on here.
Changing positions for the third time. Kenny's on top now. The blood is flowing again. He's got to do something.
Yeah. He could be running out of time here, Kenny Young.
And running out of blood, too.
裁判再次暂停比赛。身处上位的棒子没有占到一点便宜，反被身处下位的杨卓暴打流血不止，杨卓的身上也被鲜血染红了。
Again, for the doctor to have a look. So very hard. You see there, the blood just dripping out profusely of the upper lip. Not a huge cut, but just a very annoying one as far as the blood flow goes.
Cuts like this don't
He's got it now, and we're ready to... Oh, Kenny Young with a big blow to the head of Young. Moves in for the kills.
Still lots of time. 3 minutes.
Yang hitting for the ropes, trying to seek refuge there. But Young really determined to make the most of this.
Blood's flowing again. I really hope referees.
Leg kicks. But Kenny managing to evade those and then really coming through with this opening. Wants him to get off the ground now.
Yeah, ironically, Kenny's the one bleeding, but he's the one that smells the blood.
Some good work there from Hong Kong fighter. The crocodile death roll. Kenny's still on top as we head into the last passage of the second round. What an interesting fight this has been. Certainly giving the crowd full value for money here. Dennis Kelly in the corner of Kenny Young, yelling 30 seconds to him. Oh, some elbows there from Yang. He's striking the back of the head, so he'll get a warning for that. And we're outside the ropes too. So into the middle we come.
In Yang's defense, I don't think he really comprehends the English instructions from the referee.
So into the last 10 seconds of the second round. Both fighters very willing, putting on a really entertaining clash here. Kenny with some nice right hands too before the bell. Please. Here's some replays. This is before the blood by the looks of it. Nice right hand. What a stonker of a punch there from Young.
Fantastic.
Really put Yang on his back once and for all. And here's some of these big kicks, I think, before we went to ground. Oh, that's the right hand again. They're working on the cut in the corner as we speak. But it seems to have closed up slightly. Not so much blood now.
Here's the ankle lock attempt by Yang. See, what he needs to do here is squeeze his knees together and keep Young's leg from moving. See, Young's able to get out, slide away.
比赛进入第3回合，双方直接展开了对拼。看来棒子是被打急眼了，想要用武力压制杨卓。杨卓摆脱他的控制之后，棒子跪在地上，紧紧抱着杨卓的腿。
And it's back down on the ground. This is where Kenny has the most...
One of the most entertaining fights on the ground I've seen for a long time. Both fighters really willing and able to give it all.
Up kicks.
Oh, Again, very effective, those up kicks from Yang. And again, blood flowing liberally here. With 4 minutes left of the fight. Obviously opened it up again on the lip of Young. But this will be, if it goes the distance, fascinating points decision will be. Do you have any thoughts on that so far, Paul?
Well, it's definitely Kenny's fight.
棒子此时的出血量非常大，不仅染红了杨卓的腹部，更染红了整个擂台。裁判再次暂停比赛。
But I also think that Kenny's taking the most damage somehow.
Yeah, and also with the cutout. All right, ready to go. Ready and willing for these two fighters, really enjoying themselves. Seems bizarre to say.
Oh, big knee from Yang this time.
They know they've put on a great fight as Young takes it to ground again. Good strength from Kenny. Obviously now the Hong Kong crowd as well. We're into our third event here at the Legend Fighting Championships. We've seen some great bouts over these 3 events.
Kenny just covered in blood. Oh, look at that combo.
Good combo from the Chinese fighter. We go 3 minutes left of this fight. And this could be a real candidate for fight of the night, Paul.
Yeah, I'd say so. See, with stand-up, Mike, if your knees touch the ground, it's considered a takedown. So they're really unfamiliar with these wrestling-style double-leg takedowns that are really, really low.
Struggling for fuel here, Kenny Young.
There we go. Now Yang's on top.
杨卓摆脱棒子的控制之后，成功的拿到了骑乘位，对着棒子就砸击。棒子为了躲避杨卓的攻击，转身向下，双手抱头，背对着杨卓。
It's deep. This is trouble for Kenny Young.
Just seems to have run out of gas in the last fight on a decision here. But Kenny's really just got to come back, make the most of this last minute and a half.
Kenny looks so exhausted. Done so well so far. Will he be able to maintain a lead?
This is where they really need the local crowd to kick in, as he's found the strength somehow to lift Yang off the ground.
杨卓成功拿到了棒子的裸脚，此时的棒子口鼻喷血，但是他还在苦苦坚持。想到赛前他的嚣张样子，杨卓又加大了手臂上的力量。面对棒子的投降认输，杨卓并没有松手，裁判紧急上前终止比赛，棒子因此捡了一条狗命。
And what a shame for the local fighter, Yang Duo, the Dynamite, showing he's got some power as well. As Hoymanet, how much
Punishment Kenny took. He clearly won the first 2 rounds, and he would have won the fight.
So just seconds away from success for the local fighter, Kenny Young. So disappointing for him as he had to tap out eventually. Great courage there. Cortez goes to hug him. His young protege from the northeast of China. And what?
最后杨卓获得了比赛的胜利，狂妄自大的棒子也为他的嚣张付出了血的代价。杨卓也向世界证明了中国力量。好了，这期视频到这里就结束，我们下期见。
Young Duo from China.